there! April is yet another month filled with amazing video games vying for your time and money. I'm here to run you through the best of the month from the AAA to the totally free to play. Today's video is sponsored by Nacon as the console release of Transport Fever 2 is here. We'll be looking at that a little later in the video, so let's crack on. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the marquee game of the month. Once again, we fill the boots of Cal Kestis and continue his journey escaping Order 66 before finally embracing his roots and becoming a Jedi. Jedi Survivor is canon to the Star Wars lore and is set about 10 years after Episode 3. Gameplay-wise, it's a single-player action-adventure with low-level, Soulsborne-inspired combat, yet without the crippling difficulty. Another Souls mechanic lets us visit meditation points which replenish our health, but also bring back every defeated enemy in the area. Exploration is encouraged as useful items can be found away from the beaten path. Jedi Survivor adds new mechanics like this heavy lightsaber with crossguard inspired by Kylo Ren. This ties into new fighting stances which give Cal flexibility in engagements, choosing between faster light attacks, maybe heavier attack stances to do more damage, or choosing a stance which is all about mobility. There's an approach designed for every battle. I plan to make a video retelling the story of Jedi Fallen Order, if you've forgotten that one, before Star Wars Jedi Survivor drops on April 28th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Back in 2014, Dead Island 2 was revealed, and yet after it was handed from developer to developer for almost a decade now, it is finally here and is ready to be released this month. The first-person B-movie style zombie dismemberment game, Dead Island 2, takes us to the sun-drenched LA, or called in-game, Hell-A. Ultimately, Dead Island 2 is find how many dumb and satisfying ways you can take out zombies, and that's just fine by me. There is a story here, as we are bitten by a zombie, but we have not become one of the rambling undead. So we're immune, which means we need to find scientists in this world to manufacture an antivirus. We must play as a person who didn't watch or play The Last of Us. Along the way, the world is filled with side quests such as meeting new characters, helping them, and sometimes defeating them too. I've had to cut a lot of this footage down as YouTube is not a fan of the gore in Dead Island 2, so keep that in mind. Things get way more gruesome than you're seeing right now. If pummeling zombies for 20 hours is your jam, it's certainly mine. Look out for Dead Island 2 on PS4 and 5, the Xboxes and PC on April 21st. A DLC you may not be aware of this month is for Horizon Forbidden West and the Burning Shores DLC. The primal and post-apocalyptic arrow-firing mechanical dinosaur shooting game, as I'm recording this, still has no footage whatsoever of what we'll be doing in the DLC. Chances are it'll release just after I upload this video. What we know right now is that the Burning Shores DLC picks up the story after the main campaign ends. And I do not plan to spoil that. Just know we are going to Hollywood, known as the Tenakth Clanland, with new characters, new machines, and it's retailed at around $20, which is 16 quid here in the UK. Burning Shores is a PS5 exclusive, dropping on April 19th. Next, have a look-see at Transport Fever 2. The iconic PC game has made its long-awaited journey over to console alongside a complete overhaul for the PlayStation and Xbox. If you're new to Transport Fever, let me break it down. This is not about building a city or following around sim characters. This is focused on the transportation infrastructure. We are responsible for building the tracks for trains, the roads for trucks, as well as running the air and seas for transit by ships and planes, all with the goal of staying profitable and business savvy. Transport Fever 2 teaches the knowledge needed through a campaign spanning 3 continents. It's also like a history lesson, starting in the 1850s in the USA and the Gold Rush era, and your job is to haul your potential millions away on track lines. Another mission over 100 years later in the timeline sees us take to the shores of Majorca to build a holidaying empire, all thanks to air travel. If you do play this, make sure you zoom into the map to see your customers interacting with the services you provide. It's amazingly detailed and real to life. It's even possible to spot rust on aging vehicles, so be sure to factor in maintenance costs and maybe it's time to buy a newer model of your favourite train. Transport Fever 2 is available right now on PlayStation 4 and 5 and the Xboxes, and so the PC players don't feel left out, there's a free update there too. Okay, let's do some free stuff now. 4 games for you, but 2 have got caveats. First up, coming in April is the console release of Warlander. I mentioned this back in January. A fantasy medieval themed free-to-play siege warfare MOBA. The core game mode can be played between 2 armies attempting to make it all the way into the other team's castle to destroy their core. But to get there, we must survive brutal melee and ranged battles between mages, clerics and warriors, claiming spawn point closer to the opposition base and using siege engines and ladders to break through enemy gates. And if it all goes to plan, you'll be victorious. There is also a 5 army version of this, making gameplay a constant push and pull between defending your core and attacking, as teams are slowly whittled down. The PC version released in January, and many changes are being made thanks to feedback, which will be applied when the console version of Warlander drops sometime in April. Another free-to-play game I was really excited to tell you about is Disney Speedstorm, a Disney-themed racer in the style of Mario Kart. It could be amazing. I saw the release date, I got excited, but then I read the fine print. Although Disney Speedstorm is a free-to-play game, the game is not free-to-play. Let me explain. The decision has been made to offer a paid early access version instead. Don't get me wrong, on the full release the game will be free to play, but just like Disney Dreamlight Valley, they found a way to charge for a free to play game. Disney Speedstorm releases in beta form on April 18th on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch, and I'll keep you updated on the real release date. So, let me push another free-to-play game on your radar this month instead. Honkai Starrail, the follow-up game from the creators of Genshin Impact, using the core mechanics they learned there to expand into other universes, like interplanetary travel and science fiction tech while maintaining high fantasy elements. On April 26th, Honkai Starrail releases on mobile and PC, with the PlayStation version advertised by Sony as coming soon. I'm clueless how long that could be. It could be a week, it could be 3 months. Like usual, I'll keep you updated. Okay, let's transition out of free-to-play and onto lower-priced games. And in fact, this one is on PS Plus in April. This is Meet Your Maker. It's like a tower defense builder crossed with a first-person raiding game. It's very unique. We are tasked with defending our fortress's core by building around it, and then it's up to every other player in the world to try and survive it. The possibilities are endless. It's essentially Ninja Warrior. We could build hidden traps, maybe a maze to get lost in, or simply summon so many hordes you overwhelm your foes. Or my preference, a death run that requires skill. Build your own home base and then tackle everyone else's, because no two people build the same. Meet Your Maker is free on PS Plus in April and also drops on Xbox and PC on April 4th. A reduced price game you might want to look at is Minecraft Legends, taking Minecraft into action strategy. Honestly, it only looks like Minecraft because almost all other mechanics are gone. For example, we have a little ally companion who will do our bidding, like cutting down trees and collecting resources for us. We have a banner of courage to recruit mobs to our cause. But the real focus of Legends is battling. By creating mob spawners, we build our own army and take on other players online or environmental opponents offline. We essentially command units from afar and manage the fight, rather than being at the front and centre. Minecraft Legends supports 8 players online simultaneously, and look, there's a freaking tiger you can ride. Minecraft is changing. Legends releases on PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch on April 18th. Before we go, a quick mention for Creed VR, a face-punching simulator that arrives on PSVR 2 on April 4th. And check out this, a rhythm game named Gods of Rock. A really simple premise, but instead of watching a guy rock on stage hitting perfectly timed button presses, it's a punch or kick to your opponent instead. April 18th, if that's your jam. If you're still here, please take this dad joke. Did you know that swimming with sharks is expensive? It really is. It cost me an arm and a leg. I'm Adam. You're awesome. I'll stop doing that one day. See ya.